All right, just a quick video about bathing a Rough Collie. These are just some of the tools you're going to need to bathe the Rough Collie, and we'll get into more details as we go along. One of the things that people forget to do is you actually need to brush out your Rough Collie. That's a double coat. You need to get that coat all untangled, because if you wash your dog wet, those tangles are still going to be there, and it's just going to make it much, much harder when the dog is dry and after their bath. And we just do a quick brush on the face. This took about 3 years to get her to be this good. She's just learned to live with it. It also helped. We fed her a lot in the beginning. She got a lot of nice liver treats, so she's a little more tolerant of getting groomed. There you go. You can just see how some of the tangles come out as we brush. It doesn't look like it's tangled, but you can see the brush is actually getting out some of those tangles there before the bath. There you go. You can see the tail's got a lot of little tangles in it and stuff. It doesn't look like it from a distance, but if you look up close, just brush those out. It won't be long. It'll be quick, and it'll just make life so much easier when you're finished. All right, here we go. The wet down. Yep, that's a double coat. And what is a double coat for those of you that don't know? One's for warmth, and one's to keep the rain and snow away. So it takes a little while to get that coat really, really soaked. So you just got to give it a lot of water. There's no work around this. It just takes time to get that coat wet and fully saturated with water. As you can see, we don't use a sprayer. We just use a standard hose. It seriously is just volumes of water to get everything soaked. And it does take some time. You can see how it takes a long time for that coat to get thoroughly soaked and wet. All right, time for some shampoo. All right, we usually dilute it a little bit and then we get it worked in. There's a lot of fur there. Currently, we're using Lily and Rough to wash her. It's a little bit cheaper than what we were using when we were showing her. We were using a product called Christian. Both products are great. It just was the price point was a little bit lower on Lily and Rough, and we are not sponsored by either one of those. Here we're just having a little fun, turning into a dinosaur here or something with a little bit of spikes, just to make a little bit of fun. It's good to go slow and patient. It makes the dog relaxed if you're relaxed. So just don't try and rush the process. I know it's not the most pleasant process, but think what it's like for the dog. The dog has a lot of stress going on here. So if you're not stressed, they're not stressed, they're used to it, and they're having fun. And as you can see, that soap just soaks in every place with a double-coated dog. So when you do the rinse, you really got to do the rinse. There you go. Just push all that soap out with your hand. Just scrub it out like you're squeezing something out of a, I don't know what, but just squeeze all that soap out and then give it a rinse several times. Like I say, it's just volumes of water, unfortunately. The sprayer doesn't do any better. And then, of course, we had some conditioner. There's a lot of conditioner. We tend to dilute it a little bit. That just helps it soak in. Make sure that conditioner just sits in there a while and really gets into the coat to get it moisturized. And again, the rinse process. It's a little bit easier with the conditioner. It tends to flow out a little bit simpler. But yeah, it just takes a lot of water and a lot of time with any double-coated breed. And see, it's just water and water and water. I know it's not very exciting. We just want to be realistic on what it's like to wash a Rough Collie. If you're thinking of getting a Rough Collie, just so you're aware how much work it really is. But like I say, it's only been a few minutes. Just be patient, and it really isn't that long. Just make sure you thoroughly wash that out. You don't want anything left in the fur to irritate the skin. And that conditioner is doing just what it's supposed to. It's supposed to moisturize the fur. So of course, it's going to take some time to actually come out. Now comes the drying part. Just a quick wipe down here, just to kind of get the bulk of the moisture out, just to get all the excess water. Of course, the dog will help. Just shake everything out. And then this is a professional hair dryer for dogs. It's not a hair dryer that you use on yourself. It's great. The high temperature is very low, so there's not a lot of heat with it. And it's just a lot of wind. You can see how the tip kind of focuses there. And it just kind of blows everything off. And there we go. We're just at home now. We're on the couch. We've got a couple of fans on her. They're pretty tired after the bath, so they just like to lay there.